Next Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulationfl League.
Okay, Mike and Matt, have a great call. You're up in 5, 4, 3, 2, to you.
Week 4 SFL action continues today here in Los Angeles as the LA Lycans host the Florida Storm. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth is the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. With us today on Stats Duty is Gerald Smith and Justin Reside, our producer. This is Cameron Irvine. You are watching the Simulationfl League Saturday Showcase presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Matt, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm great, Mike. How are you?
Doing good, Matt. Matt, the Florida Storm visit the Los Angeles area for only the second time in their 11-season history. Their first visit, it wasn't kind to them, Matt. Way back in Season 8, their third ever game, the then Alaska Storm would fall to the Los Angeles Sharks, 41-6, in what would prove to be their worst loss as a franchise, even now 10 seasons later. Since then, the Storm have gone on to win gone to 5 championship games, a league record. They've won 3 of those. For the LA Lycans, no relation to the Sharks. They're in their third season here in LA. They made the playoffs in their first 2. They're looking for a repeat. They're coming off a loss to San Diego, the only team Florida has lost to this season. And they're looking to rebound here today. What are the keys to victory for each team?
Yeah, LA had a rough game this week against San Diego. The defense was far too blitz-heavy and got burned by the big play, both on the ground and through the air. This aggression was mirrored on offense, where the Lycans went deep a little too often and ended up with 4 interceptions. The team as a whole needs to be a little bit more measured in its approach. For Florida, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Florida dominated Carolina last week with their usual measured approach. If LA sends the heat, take advantage and throw it deep or run away from the pressure. We'll come out on top. There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt. Well, let's head down to the field and get this one started. The kickoff is in the air, and we are underway. Kick taken back from the goal line and returned all the way up to the 19-yard line. And that is where the quarterback for the Florida Storm will come out onto the field for the first time. He is the one, the only Riverboat Ron Cochran. 10 seasons in the league, 4 All-Star appearances, most recently in Season 16. Ron Cochran's been leading this franchise for quite some time. Starts off in the gun and hands the ball off. That one taken by Charlie Beletsky. A great run by Beletsky, getting all the way up to the 29-yard line. Let's talk about the rest of the starting offense here for the Florida Storm. Quarterback Ron Cochran, and you just saw Charlie Beletsky, the running back.
I like this LA look.
The fullback is J.W. Doyle, the wide receiver.
They got a new
Stephen
one,
Bush,
too, that they're
E.J.
not
Minson,
wearing
and
today.
Justice
That's
Blackwell. The tight ends, Veridin,
like
Zarkov, and Paulie Truth. First down and 10 for wide
I
receivers
like this
in
with
the
the
formation. Cochran, quick pass over the middle. That one is also complete for a gain of 8.
Werewolves. I mean, you know,
Like you saw in the first
like
play, LA blitzed, and
copycat
Alaska
LA
ran right
stuff.
by it.
I don't think it fits their name, but I think
And for those keeping track,
these
that's
black
the
and
first
dark
time
accents
Matt
they've been
called
wearing
the
the past
Florida
couple
Storm
weeks. I like
Alaska.
Here's a new one they
Yeah.
haven't worn
Many more to
yet.
come.
I just sent it to your
You can't
DM.
teach an old dog new tricks. Cochran hands this one off to Beletsky, running around the outside, getting first down yardage and more.
that deep
breaking
dark
tackles
blue,
left and right.
See, that looks
Gets
good,
it up to the 46-yard
like
line
that.
and moves the chains.
Yeah, get away from that.
So far, Florida's
LA
doing what
Ram
Florida's doing, moving the ball very effectively.
Look, I like this. It looks clean.
I'm just
looks
worried
fresh.
what I'm seeing out of LA early on.
Yep, I like
Same
that.
approach they tried last week, and it really blew up in their face.
First down and 10. Cochran fires over the middle again. Another completion. This one up to the LA 42-yard line.
And with that being said, I absolutely love the LA Rams.
He's so surgical in his approach to the game. Over 80% completion finish last week.
Absolutely,
And,
I love that.
The only way to do it is just try to keep him in front of you.
I just don't like the bone, but everything else I like.
right.
Cochran
They just
pitches
look
the ball
dirty.
out to Beletsky. Beletsky around the left side and all the way up to the 28-yard line, moving the chains again. Matt, they're very methodical on this drive so far.
That's typical Storm. They're just 8 to 10 yards at a time. They're not going to really throw it deep too often. So that's why it's kind of the bend but don't break defense is the best case scenario. Try to force them into field goals and not touchdowns.
Offset I formation on first down and 10. Cochran has time, checks this one down to the right-hand side. Room to run past the 20 and up to the 17-yard line. Moves the chains once again. Boletsky with the catch and run.
Yes, they might want to keep an eye on Boletsky. I mean, there's nobody within 10 yards of him on the play. So, I mean, even an old man like me could have got 5 yards on a catch. If I could catch.
If you could catch the ball. That's why you're the quarterback. You throw the ball. You don't catch
exactly.
the ball.
Look at the top of the screen, just so wide open, and the bottom.
Cochran gets this one out to Boletsky again, and this time gains 4. The starting defense for the Los Angeles Lycans, the defensive linemen Brogan Spiraw, Ace Blackwell, and Gary Marks. The linebackers, Tazzy Blackwell, Danny Stinson, Kevin Brackett, and Buddy Blaze. The corners, Ryan Proster, Mike Scott, Jack Hacksaw. The safeties, Rochelle Colston and Ryan Yosef. Second down and 6. Cochran up top, complete. First down, but out of bounds. It'll be a first down and goal from the 6.
Yeah, I don't mind LA pressing a little bit there, but they missed the one guy they needed to press, unfortunately. Cochran recognized it quickly. Nice, easy pass. Again, couple yards, first down. Watch out for the swing pass here now. We're getting close to the end zone.
Ron Cochran changing the play at the line. 7 in the box for the Lycans. Cochran hands it off to Boletsky. Boletsky up the middle, and they'll mark him with no gain on that play. Second down and goal now.
Good start for the Lycans on this goal to go. Need a famous goal line stand. Try to keep it. 3 points would be a nice victory for the LA defense.
Cochran last week, 84% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns and a pick. And he's going to hand this one off to Boletsky again. Back-to-back plays with no gain. They'll spot him a yard on that one. Third down and goal now from the 5.
Yeah, and great job again by LA. They, step 1, step 2 complete, but here's the tough third step. LA playing up, which is pretty good. Watch the middle of the field.
Cochran, play action, fires over the middle. He's open, touchdown, Florida Storm. They get on the board first after a very methodical drive, throwing it to the fullback, J.W. Doyle, and he put 6 on the board.
Yeah, Jacksonville kind of pressing on the outside, but the middle was a little bit soft, and that's why I was saying watch the middle of the field. Doyle with a great grab, and Florida does what Florida does, scoring 7. Let's see what this LA offense can do.
11 plays, 80 yards, resulting in a touchdown. That is how this one gets started for Florida. Memories of their first visit to LA from so many years ago, still probably in the hearts and mind of Max Paul, owner of the Florida Storm. Looking to get a win here this time around. The last time these teams met, Matt, was in season 16. Florida got the win, but that game was in Florida. It was 27-17. 5th total meeting for them this time around.
And now
Ethan Snead has the ball teed up.
So let's see if LA goes more conservative or they try to bomb it out again. This is the kind of team where you can't afford to lose the turnover battle. Not even by 1, usually.
Halsey Pryor brings that one out to the 22-yard line, and Sully Richardson marching out onto the field for the Los Angeles Lycans, joined by halfback Robert Johnson, the fullback Tommy Rahman, the wide receivers Terrence Wary, Davius Reed, Elsie Pryor, and Chris Lee. The tight end, Jack Flash. On the offensive line, Bob Dunham and Vladimir Dunham. On first down, Richardson will swing this one out to the left. It will go for a loss, getting it to Tommy Rahman. And a great play by the Florida defense results in a loss of 2.
Yeah, that one didn't look good from the beginning. You got a fullback kind of catching it, no forward momentum, and 2 defenders right on him. That's not going to be a likely victory here. So here we go. Fasten your seatbelts.
Richardson in the gun. Has 4 wide receivers in the set, 3 to the right. Going deep over the middle, tipped, and nearly picked off. Falls harmlessly to the turf. Adam Jones in on the coverage for Florida. Let's look at their starting defense. Deontay Stoneville, Alessandro Tomaello, Rhett Sawyer, and Alex Dominguez are the defensive linemen. The linebackers are Stephen Black and Ryan Tobin. The corners, Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, and Adam Jones. The safeties, Adrian Blaine and Andrew Francis. Third down and a long 12. Richardson fires over the middle. That one's caught, moving the chains all the way down to the 45-yard line. A huge connection on third down and 12 to give them a fresh set of downs. Davius Reed with the catch.
Yeah, it's a much better throw by Richardson. His first throw looked like, I don't know, it just didn't have a lot of velocity on it. That one he set up nicely. A good throw to Reed and to midfield. Good third down response by the Lycans.
First down and 10. 4 wide receivers now in the set. Richardson hands the ball off to Robert Johnson, running off tackle to the left-hand side, gets all the way up to midfield. We'll bring up a second down and 4. And Matt, that's one thing that you and I saw when we were watching the film from Los Angeles' game last week. Is it seemed like they were able to get some big plays out of Robert Johnson, but he only had 18 total carries on the day, averaged almost 5 yards a carry. We'd like to see more of that, see what he can do in this one. And he gets a handoff here, this time stuffed right at the line. Well defended by Florida. Sets up a third down and 4. There he is, Matt. Big number 69, Alex
my
Dominguez.
old friend. Ugh. Just seeing that man makes my back hurt.
You've been, listen, he's got 199 career sacks, Matt, and I think about 100 of those was him sacking you.
Yeah, I have no doubt about that.
So third down and 4. They converted the first third down. Can they do it again? Breaking tackles and taking names with them. First down and 10 to the Florida 43-yard line.
Rob Johnson there. I thought he was caught behind the line, showing the power and picking up another key third down for LA. They be nice not to be so dicey on these third downs, but it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you pick up the first.
Handing the ball off. Gains only 1 this time. It'll be a second down and 9 from the 42-yard line.
I mean, you got Dominguez and Rhett Sawyer on the same line. That just terrifies me.
Coming into the day, Matt, Sully Richardson, number 1 in passing attempts and completions so far in season 18. He's going to hand this one off. Johnson gets that one up to the 41-yard line. Third down and 8, so only a yard on each of the last 2 runs.
I don't know. You got a power back like Johnson. I'm not a huge fan of running him out of the gun. He did get 2, which is better than 0, but now, and here we go. Florida playing up, so see if anybody can get some separation.
Looking to convert the third down of the drive, going deep down the left side. That one's going to be incomplete. So at the 41-yard line and a 4th down and 8, Matt, too far for a field goal, probably too far to try for it on 4th. They're probably going to have to punt here.
Oof. Let's see. Oh, that ball was just thrown, not enough loft under it from Richardson. His lead looked open, but just clamps for the Storm defense. And so, yeah, we'll have to see if they just punted away here. It looks like Agrippa is on. They're paying him the big bucks, Mike. Let's see if he can corner this.
And yes, this is actually Sid O'Lindy, the undrafted rookie punter.
Well, he's a person too, so let's see if he can corner him.
Punt is away. Justice Blackwell's going to let this one bounce into the end zone. It is going to be a touchback. So just bounced off the goal line. A good bounce for the Lycans, but then it rolled back in. So after an 11-play, 80-yard touchdown drive for Florida to get things started, a 10-play, 38-yard drive that results in a punt for the Lycans, and Ron Cochran back out onto the field. Cochran, play action, has time and ends up dumping this one down. Boletsky with the catch, and he gets up to the 24-yard line, gaining 4 on the play. Matt, the last time that these teams met each other back in season 16, the Lycans were able to pick Ron Cochran off 3 times, and they're going to need a repeat of that performance. However, only through the first 3 games, Ron Cochran only has 3 interceptions, so it'd be a tall order. He's taking care of the ball well. Boletsky runs up the middle, only gains a couple, 3rd down and 4.
Yes, now the tough 3rd and 4. Florida's one of the most terrifying teams on these 3rd and shorts. They're not going to run Boletsky here, but they're going to run something short, and you better hope that you can defend it. I like LA on the line. See if they can bump some of these guys off their routes.
Cochran wide open to the top. He's got his target. 1st down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Completion made by E.J. Minson. Minson with a big game last week. Matt, 6 catches, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah, he was all over the field. Definitely somebody that LA needs to pay attention to.
Absolutely. As we were watching the highlights from the Florida-Carolina game, it seemed like every pass was going to number 83. Cochran making a change to the play. 8 in the box for LA. Boletsky takes a handoff, breaks the first tackle, can't break tackle number 2. He'll gain only a yard. Brought down on the play by Danny Stinson. Sets up a 2nd and 9.
That was close to being a big one for Boletsky. Luckily, the tackle was made. 2nd and 9. Looks like Florida's going to go to the air attack.
Press coverage on the line. Cochran under pressure, fires, and that one's picked off. Ryan Proster with the interception and sets the Lycans up at about midfield.
See, that was well. They're playing, looks like man, and the pressure got to Cochran with just 4 people, and that's what you got to do. If you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket without sending the blitz, play decent coverage, that's when the turnovers come. So let's see if LA can now capitalize on this play. It looks like we're going to see a dose of Johnson.
Ryan Proster, the undrafted rookie corner, with his first career pick, helping out the Lycans. Richardson fires over the middle, nearly gives it right back. Passes batted down and incomplete.
Well, I cursed them, Mike. I said they were going to run, and they did not. And I would have liked to seen that. Just try to steady the ship, try to get some yards, try to get to Florida territory. And now you're forced into a more, likely pass situation. Yep, here we go.
The Florida defense absolutely stifling last week against Carolina. We'll see what they do on this one. Richardson back to throw deep down the left-hand side, and that one's taken away. Returning it the other way past midfield to the 40, to the 30, almost tackled by Terrence Wary, but all the way down to the 32-yard line. What a turn of events for Florida.
Evan Carroll, he's seen this song and dance before. Corner route, short. Picks off the ball, starts screaming down the sidelines. Luckily tackled by Weary, or he could have put 6 up. And now all that work, all that defensive work, Florida got the ball back, and they have better field position than when they started.
Absolutely, Matt. Richardson with 4 interceptions last week, and a lot of them were off of those Deep passes down the sideline just falling too short. And we've already seen one here in this one in the first quarter. Cochran in the gun, gets this one out to Boletsky. Boletsky spins past the defender and passed inside the 20-yard line. Tackled at the 14. What a catch and run for Boletsky. That is going to tick away the final seconds here in quarter number 1, Matt.
Yeah, he got way more yards than I thought he was going to get. Look at this move. Zoop! Right by 55. Goes completely off the field. You know it's a good spin, like when your defender's on the other team's sideline.
7-0 Florida over Los Angeles after 1 quarter of play. You're watching the Simulation Football League Saturday Showcase presented by APM Music. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter after this. And welcome back to Los Angeles for the start of the second quarter. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith and Justin reside with us on stats. Ron Cochran fires down to the bottom, running the wrong way. Is his target. Oh, Matt, there's E.J. Minson getting involved in this one, catching Ron Cochran's pass for a loss of 1. Oops.
Looked like he thought he was a toro. Fucking bull there. Wrong way, young man.
He's trying to duck tacklers and who knows what else, Matt, but whoops. Second down and 11. 4 wide receivers now out on the field.
Man. LA playing a little shallow.
Cochran looking to take advantage. He gets Boletsky, room to run. First down and touchdown. Florida gets on the board once again, putting 6 more on the scoreboard. Charlie Boletsky with the catch, the run, a touchdown reception for him.
Blitz coming again, Mike. They're all bunched up in the middle, and Boletsky could have just, didn't get touched until the end zone. Another easy pitch and catch. And LA's got to do something on offense now.
So the running backs getting it done for the Florida Storm today in this one, Matt. Charlie Boletsky with 45 yards on the ground. He's also got 41 yards through the air and a touchdown reception for him. J.W. Doyle, the fullback, with a touchdown reception. And 14-0 the score here in Los Angeles. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Ethan Sneed will put this ball into the air. LA back at their own goal line to receive. And they get this one up to the 21-yard line for their first possession of quarter number 2. Sully Richardson in the first quarter, Matt, 2 of 6, 24 yards and a pick.
Not pretty.
Not pretty indeed. 5 rushing attempts for Robert Johnson for 14 yards. His long is 6, only averaging 2.8 yards per carry. So the offense just not able to get going quite yet. See what they can do on this drive.
They don't want to go corner route here if that's their idea.
Richardson checks this one down behind the line, and that one's going to be good for only a gain of about 2.
That's where you got to attack with the short passing game there. You got Florida playing way off, ready for the deep balls, and you hit a running back for a yard, and then they just all swarm. So
look at down and 8 now. Richardson again to throw, again checks it down behind the line, gets it out to Johnson, and Johnson's able to get it up to the 27-yard line. Will set up a 3rd down and 4.
Better. Now this 3rd and 4. They had a lot of 3rd downs on the last drive and converted all of them, except for, like I said, the unfortunate turnover. So see if they can convert another one here.
Richardson gets this one out to the bottom, and that one's not going to be converted. Well defended. Tackled by Ryan Davidson. Trying to get it back into the hands of Robert Johnson to see what he could do, but not enough. It'll bring up a 4th down and 4. And LA will have to punt. Sid Olindi on the field once again for the Lycans.
Johnson got the ball, and he got a step, but he still didn't get a chance to get all his balance, and was not able to break that tackle.
Punt is away. And taken in at the 34-yard line and brought up to the 36 before he gets absolutely pummeled. 1st down and 10 for Florida from their own 36-yard line. Do you have a hot take? You want to show your appreciation for the SFL or show some love to your teammates? The league's new show, SFL Crunch Time, wants to hear from you. You can post a video on Twitter with your take or shout out and use the hashtag SFL Crunch Time, and you might just appear on the show this week. If you want more details, send a direct message to Josh Zirkle on Discord, and we'll see you in Crunch Time. And that pass complete to Justice Blackwell. Good for a gain of 6.
That's been the difference, right? Florida gets 6 yards on 1st down. The 2nd and 4 is really convertible. Even if they don't get it, they got a 3rd down to do it. So see if they go to Boletsky again, maybe in a dump down roller. Lycan's playing up again. This is dangerous. 1 deep safety.
And they're going to hand the ball off. Boletsky takes that handoff all the way up to midfield. A little bit slow to get up after that run, but another 1st down for the Storm.
And again, Boletsky breaks that one. We got 1 safety to help you at the last line of defense, but luckily for the Lycans, they were able to push him down.
Offset I formation for Florida on 1st down and 10. Cochran will throw, gets it out to Boletsky. Boletsky with a blocker out in front of him. And did he get a 1st down? He did. Okay, yep. 1st down and 10 up to the 38-yard line. Matt, this offensive line has 3 highly talented linemen, Joseph Wade, Griffin King, and Greg McDonaldson. The 3 of them helping to keep Ron Cochran on his feet and open up holes for Boletsky. Great blocks there. Gets him another 1st down. Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 38.
Again, we haven't seen any bombs out of the Storm. Just, like I say, you're 6 to 12 yards. This seems to be their sweet spot right now.
Pass out to the left-hand side. That one complete to J.W. Doyle. It's been a lot of running backs being used in this one, Matt. Not a lot out of the receivers. Only 5 completions to the receivers, 7 completions to the running backs.
That tells me, as the LA defense, you gotta get on those backs. No one to the top of the screen, Mike.
Cochran's going to take advantage of that. Gets that pass out to his target. It'll be a first down and goal. All the way up to the 5-yard line. That's Justice Blackwell. That is Verdon Zarkov, the tight end.
Hashtag throw it where no defenders are.
That is probably always a good option, Matt.
I saw that. I go, what are they going to drop into some kind of zone? But no, he was just wide open, Zarkov. And luckily he only had tight end speed, or he might have been in the end zone.
And the pitch to Beletsky. Beletsky trying to break tackles. Can't do it. Wrapped up and brought down by Rochelle Colston. It'll be a second down and goal from the 4. Florida up 14-0 in this one. 6.5 to go here in the first half of action. And knocking on the door once again.
And again, look at 3-2 defense out of LA. Very interesting. See if maybe they can try to get a pick on Cochran. They'll have plenty of guys in the secondary.
To the end zone, and it's out of the back. Trying to hit Stephen Bush, trying to get Bush involved. That's his first target of the ball game, and he's not able to bring that one in. Stephen Bush, 5 receptions, 60 yards last week, Matt, and the last time that these teams met, Stephen Bush could just not be stopped. He had 12 receptions, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
All right, watch Beletsky at the bottom of the screen.
And it does indeed go to Beletsky. Can he get there? No, He cannot. The Lycans defense is able to hold, and it brings up a 4th down for Florida, their first one of the ball game.
Yeah, I had a feeling it might go that way, but LA again playing back, knowing Florida likes to pass a lot. And they were able to come up and make the play at Beletsky before he spun his way into the end zone. So a mini victory for the Lycans, only being down 17-0, barring this field goal.
Field goal by Ethan Sneed is up and good from 19 yards out, extending the lead 17-0 here in Los Angeles. At the Florida Storm, number 3 in the league so far through 3 weeks of play, with 154 yards on average rushing per game. They're almost down at the bottom when it comes to passing yards per game. 23rd out of 24th in the league, but I think that's in large part due to the short passing game that you were talking about.
Yes.
This return taken up to the 21-yard line, and that is where they will start once again. See if they can do anything here on offense, trying to get some points on the board. Matt, the team stats comparison's not even really comparable. They've got them by 150 yards.
Yeah, sometimes you see the scoreboard, it doesn't tell the whole story of the game, but it really does in this game.
Absolutely. So Richardson gets this one off to Johnson, and Johnson's able to muster 4 yards on the carry. He'll get his way up to the 26. Gain of 5, excuse me.
Again, that's what you want to see more on first down. Use Johnson, try to get 4 or 5 yards, and now that sets up your offense in a good situation. You can go back to Johnson, or, try the short passing game. This formation, they could do either.
Richardson's going to hand that one off to the fullback, Tommy Rahman. Rahman's able to gain 4. We'll set him up with a 3rd down and manageable 1 to go from their own 30-yard line as we tick down inside the 5-minute mark.
So the only person that should be getting the ball is either Rahman or Johnson. I mean, preferably Johnson. Just line him up, get the fullback back there and hand him the ball, let him get the 1 yard. It is a long one, but they should be able to get it.
Florida's been gashed for over 100 yards per game on average so far, and they're gashed once again here on that snap. Johnson getting the first down, only averaging 3.3 yards per carry in this one, Matt. But that's something I think that LA needs to continue to try to exploit.
Yeah, Johnson just needs to break one, and he could. I've seen him lay down the lumber on a few defenders last week, so sometimes you just got to get in the groove here.
Near the bottom of the league in rushing attempts, but about middle of the pack in average.
There you go.
Look at him lowering the shoulder there. Matt, he only gained 2 on it, but maybe a bit of a moral victory as he's able to lower his shoulder into the defender and send him flying to the turf.
Yeah, but that shows you the capability that he has. All he needed was a little bit more blocking, but hopefully LA can block a little bit better here going forward.
Richardson to throw down to the bottom, has his target wide open. Davius Reed makes the catch, falls out of bounds, stopping the clock with 3:35. 3rd down and 4.
That's a good, good attempt there, though. They sent a lot of deep people. I thought Richardson was going to chuck it, deep to the middle end of the field, but instead he hits the short man. And 3rd and 4, now it's a very makeable situation.
Offset eye in the backfield. Ball is handed off to Johnson, and it is defended very well by the Storm, stuffing him at the line. It'll be a 4th down and 3. Tazzy Blackwell getting the tackle, and the punting unit back out once again for LA.
Yeah, Johnson had to get a little skinny there, and then by the time he reestablished his footing, he was on the...
Oh, offsides. Matt, they're going to be given a gift from Florida here. For a little bit of trouble lining up on the line for Lurkin. Lurkin was lurking into LA territory just a little bit too much, Matt. Fresh set of downs. Can you believe that? What a gift for LA.
Yeah, but now what are they going to do with it? They have to take advantage.
Defense thought that they were done, and they're right back out there on the field. Richardson, chin strap buckled back up and in the gun. 4 wide receivers back out in the formation. Richardson up top.
Oh,
that was complete for a short gain of only 2.
Could have been picked. That was dangerous. I mean,
Terrence Wary getting his first catch.
38 yards passing for Richardson, and we're almost to halftime.
Yeah,
and that's not good.
Coming from fellow quarterback Matt Wilson.
Hey,
Richardson down to the bottom. Oh, that one's complete. 2 minutes to go here in the first half of action. LA with possession of the football, but can they do anything with it? We'll find out on the other side. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We'll be back after this. And welcome back to Los Angeles. The Lycans on a drive. 2 minutes to go. 3rd down and 4. Richardson looking, has time, fires over the middle into traffic and complete. Moves the chains at the 33-yard line.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, Rahman was injured on the play. It's the fullback.
Oh. Well,
Matt
fullback,
showing great concern for the fullback.
Fullbacks are people. Hashtag throw it to the fullback might be dead, Mike.
Well, I don't think he's deceased, Matt, but we'll find out what the extent of the injury was.
Well, we're about to see the backup block here. Let's see how he does.
Richardson to throw, has time. Oh, what? And it's incomplete. Jack Flash was in the area, and
I think the ball was going to the other receiver, Mike. I think Flash jumped in the way.
Well, sometimes us tight ends, we get lost on the field, Matt, and we sometimes just get in the way of the play instead of making the play. 2nd down and 10 now. Sticking with the 3 in the backfield look. Richardson calling an audible. And down to the bottom. Oh, he saw them playing off and wanted to get that pass out to Chris Lee, and does. Good only for a gain of 4, though.
Well, 4's better than 0. 3rd and 6, it's medium, better than long. And now, I don't think they're going to come out with 3 backs again.
Getting word that Tommy Rahman was grabbing the back of his leg after that play where he got injured.
But not an Achilles injury or just a slight sprain.
Richardson on 3rd down gets it over the middle and moves the chains. Davius Reed with the catch and gets it up to the 22-yard line. Clock will continue to roll down towards halftime with a fresh set of downs. Coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green checks in on the league's newest show, SFL Crunch Time, plus update you on the action in South Carolina between the Vancouver Legion and Charleston Predators, part of our bonus coverage here today on Next Level Sports. It's all coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report.
Oh, no!
And that pass is tipped and almost caught. Reed had a chance to catch the touchdown pass after the deflection.
Reed.
But couldn't do it. 2nd down and 10.
That would have been a bit of a shot in the arm for LA, but then it could have been a shot in the arm for. Yeah, it could have gone either way.
Andy Francis right there is the one who had his hands on that pass and tipped it. 2nd down and 10. Richardson. Short pass over the middle, and it's incomplete. Richardson, I don't know. Is he looking for a flag there, Matt?
I don't know. He's made that twice on this drive. I don't think the refs are being very kind to him, especially though he's like, we're at home.
So 3rd down and 10.
Here we go.
What they can do here.
Florida
At
pressing.
minimum, want to come away with some points on this drive. Get rid of that 0.
Where's Jack Flash?
Richardson, short drop, quick pass over the middle. Caught. Does he get the first down? No. He only gains 9.9, Matt. LZ Pryor with the catch, but it'll be a 4th down and inches. And boy, oh boy, would you be tempted to go for this one?
I would go for this, but I see M's on the field, so I guess they're going to try to make it a 2-possession game, but I wouldn't kick this too fast. Let that time tick off the clock so Florida doesn't have time to strike back. Looks like that's the plan.
29-yard field goal try from the center of the field. And yep, they will let as much time bleed off as possible. Nico Squirrel with the hold. The kick is up, and it is good from 28. Getting rid of that 0 and putting some points on the board, Matt. Rob Ems with that field goal now has 93 on his career, tied for 8th now all time.
Yep, nice easy kick for Adams. And now, I mean, it's a 2-possession game, but boy, you'd love to score a touchdown there. At least they bled a lot of clock off, so barring a spectacular return by Florida, likely going to stay that score going into halftime.
Yeah, and Los Angeles will get the ball coming out of the half. So see what they can do on defense here, as Florida's going to probably look to get some more points. I don't know, not a lot of time left, but first the return, getting it up to the 24-yard line. So we'll see what they do. Cochran is he's only had one incompletion outside of the interception that he had, 15 to 17, 134 yards, 88% completion percentage, Matt, and 2 touchdown passes. He's having quite a ball game. And Charlie Beletsky, the running back, 9 rushing attempts, 55 yards. He's got 54 yards receiving, already over 100 all-purpose yards through only the first half of action. So Cochran will throw and gets a deep pass all the way up to midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line. They should have just called a timeout there, I think, but we'll see if they can get to the line. And Cochran, taking his sweet time, takes the ball and throws it straight into the hands of a Lycan, and it falls down to the turf. So update on Tommy Rahman, it was just a leg cramp, and we will probably see him back in the second half. So good news for Los Angeles for their rushing game.
Way to scare me, Tommy. I thought it was like a torn Achilles. No, just cramps. No big deal.
He just needed some fluids, man.
Need some Gatorade or some Powerade, whatever your favorite aid is.
So Hail Mary formation now for the Storm. Cochran, pressure coming, and he's sacked. And they call a timeout so that Cochran can have another shot at it. Sacked.
Don't want your quarterback getting injured, Mike. I don't know. I would have taken that timeout.
Yeah, I think I would have just said, well, we tried. Let's go to halftime and regroup with a 14-point lead. No, they're going to do it again.
Our Vandalate's like, I want more blood on the field.
It could potentially be Ron Cochran's blood if they attempt this again, but we shall see. Crowd here in LA on their feet. Hail Mary formation once again. Ron Cochran, he ain't afraid. He's back in the gun. High snap. Looks, has time. He uncorks one, Matt, going towards the end zone. And it is caught for a touchdown. My goodness. That's why Art Vandelay keeps him on the field, Matt. He says, Minson, go get it. Cochran uncorks it. Minson gets it. Touchdown. The Storm extend their lead.
Cochran wound up through it, and boy, that's a pass of beauty. One-on-one, and Minson just reaches out and grabs it right into the end zone. Like, that is a prayer if I ever saw one. And Hail Mary, because you almost never see them completed, but they had one-on-one coverage. I don't know what the Lakins defense was doing, but they need more guys back there.
Yeah, Cochran had no pressure on him that time, Matt. And with 1 second to go in the first half, they add 7 more points, 24-3. Your score at halftime. My goodness, what a way to finish the first half of action. Crazy game so far here in LA. 24-3, Florida with the lead. We'll send you to a break, and then we'll be back with the halftime report from SFL Studios. Stay with us.
Welcome back to SFL Studios for the APM Music Halftime Report, along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and for the second time in as many weeks, Mike, we go into a television game at the half on a Hail Mary. And this time, it's a thing of beauty from Ron Cochran and Florida's all over L.A. in the first half.
Yeah, and Cam, it's like it's kind of methodical. Isn't it? You can't point to any one big play that Florida had here or there, but just
Except
kind of
Hail
just
Mary.
well, except for the Hail Mary at halftime, just kind of methodically going through their business, and Charlie Beletsky with a nice little touchdown catch there in the first half, but the Florida defense they've been outstanding. They've played well, and LA they've just struggled to get anything going. I really would like to see more out of Robert Johnson to maybe balance out this attack, but we haven't seen a lot out of him in this first half, and maybe if they can get him going, they can right the ship a little bit and get something going offensively.
We are not even halfway into the week 4 slate, and we've already seen probably 6 to 8 top 10 plays today, Mike, from the Kevin Say runs to the awesome synergy pass, the game winner for Queen City, the Hail Mary, the all sorts of stuff. It's just been wild today, and if you get a chance to catch us on Next Level Sports, but may not necessarily see all the SFL action or check out all the games, the league has a new show. It's called SFL Crunch Time. It's basically our 1-hour recap of the week, and we have player interviews and highlight breakdowns and all kinds of interactive features. And if you haven't gotten a chance to check out Crunch Time yet, here was a look at a little bit of our Week 3 show and how it all breaks down and how the community all comes together to make a great product. Here's a look at SFL Crunch Time.
Outside, Jones looking for the pylon, and he is in for the third time this half.
And that's Kevin Say with the carry, and he's a dangerous runner as he breaks free.
Welcome to SFL Crunch Time. I'm Tyler Falk.
And I'm Chad Rowland.
Week 3 is history. Let's get you up to speed on what happened this weekend.
Here in Sioux Falls, Eric Price dropping back. He finds his man, and that is Riley Quintero there short of the goal line. And Bailey O'Shaughnessy will finish this one off right here with a touchdown. 39-36 in overtime, Denver with the victory.
Let's jump over to Duval County as the Legion try to take on the Kings. And it's a little showcase for my former co-host on net, Kendra Hall. A nice little gain there. Gets the Legion inside the 5 down to the 1-yard line. Murray, your 2 plays later, she grabs herself a touchdown. Vancouver with the win over the Kings, 28-14.
Heading down to Mexico City, where Phoenix Jones on the swing pass right there, he will have an easy walk-in touchdown as Mexico City gets the lead right there. And then Mike Daggs, 3 TDs on the day. Mexico City takes the win, 31-23.
Over to Los Angeles, San Diego and Los Angeles. Pass goes near side. That one's picked off as the Mavs were flying all over the passing attack from Sully Richardson. And they were dishing it out themselves. Liam Hammer getting into the act. 28-17, your final from LA.
Heading down now to Florida and Carolina. And looking at this beautiful run here for the touchdown for Florida with the backup running back. Matt South looking, and he's going to fire an interception. And it looks like he's going to take that back all the way for a touchdown. Florida with the win, 35-12.
SFL Crunch Time also has unique segments like this one.
Louisiana hosting Tulsa.
Here for the Mavericks, and that would do it 28-17. The Mavericks with their second win of the season.
Hey there, it is Axel Raven here with your rookie report. With 3 games under our belts, the rookies that were just drafted last month, where are they now? What kind of impact have they been having out there already? We're going to get into that. Robert Cherry, he's been giving a very solid performance for this defensive end turned defensive tackle from Charleston, making big contributions as a rookie for the Predators. So far, he's racked up 6 solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles, 2.5 sacks, which count for 3 tackles for losses. Let's take a look at Vancouver with Sawyer Stern. There's been some powerful running by this young fullback and solid blocking as well for Redford. He has 2 touchdowns, so those are runs that matter. Next, we've got Charlie Baker of Fort Worth. He's out there as a rookie wide receiver number 4. Just like he did at Madison last minor league season, he's back making clutch catches when the team needs them, racking up 5 catches on 7 targets for 65 yards and 1 touchdown. Next, we've got Mike Savage, the wide receiver number 4 for Portland. In Week 2's game, Savage had a big Hail Mary catch, but sadly for the Fleet, it didn't change the outcome of that game. Regardless, Savage now has 4 catches on 4 targets for 75 yards and 1 touchdown. Moving on to Lottie Liu of San Diego. This rookie is out on the field, even as a wide receiver number 4, making a name for himself. So far in these last 3 weeks, he's got 10 passes on 12 targets for 86 yards. Lottie will also be the defensive coordinator for the Lincoln Rattlesnakes in the SFLM Season 5 starting in April.
And let's head
So that's kind of a sneak peek of what Crunch Time can offer. And, Mike, it was kind of funny. I forgot that the Hail Mary last week was against Florida. And then here the Hail Mary giveth, I suppose. But, you know, Crunch Time, what it does, Mike, is it kind of shows everybody, hey, there's 24 teams. There's over 550 players in this league. And breaking this week, the league is growing at such a remarkable trend that we could actually see some team expansion in 2022.
Yeah, that's exciting news, Cam. And every day, if you check the Discord, the SFL Discord, you see more people, joining the minors and staking their claim for a position in the minor leagues. And it's just amazing the growth that we've seen early in the season 18.
It's been a lot of fun. You can catch Crunch Time right now every Wednesday on our SFL YouTube channel around 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Vancouver-Charleston tied at 3. Very low-scoring game, Mike, but the big story this one is that Robert Redford exited the game. We have not seen him back in. Charleston's about to score.
Yeah, Cam, this has been a very, tough, hard-fought game here early in the first half of this game. Field goal apiece for both teams. We saw Robert Redford, as you mentioned, injured in the first quarter. I did see an update where he will not return to this game. So Vancouver is going to be behind the 8 ball the entire way. And as we just see Larry DaVinci right there with a touchdown with Charleston to put them ahead.
You can catch that game in full on the SFL's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SimulationFL. All right, 24-3, Florida over LA. Mike, we just saw comeback for the ages in Queen City. What does LA need to do to make that comeback their reality?
Wow, Cam, they need to slow this Florida offense down. This defense needs to get off the field. We did see 1 interception early on in this game, but we need to see more of that. We need to see a couple of 3-and-outs and maybe get some rhythm on offense. Get this short passing game going. Get Robert Johnson going, as I mentioned, and just get some cohesiveness on offense. Keep that Florida defense on their heels a little bit, and maybe we can see that same miracle comeback that we saw earlier.
Only one way to find out, Mike. That's on the field. Sorry, Matt. Had to take it. 24-3, Florida on top of Los Angeles. We're back to Mike and Matt for the second half. After this has been the APM Music Halftime Report.
And welcome back to Los Angeles as the Florida Storm get ready to kick things off for us here in the second half. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith and Justin Reside are on stats for us today. Our producer is Cameron Irvine, and we are underway here in half number 2. Ball is returned up to the 24-yard line, and that is where the LA offense will return back out onto the field. Sully Richardson, Matt, 12 of 19 in the first half, only 76 yards completions. He had almost 300 yards last week, and not quite getting it done yet. What's he got to do to turn this around?
I mean, he's got to complete, higher than a 63% completion percentage. He's got to push the ball down the field safely, especially after that Hail Mary at the end of the half, and this guy's got to get more involved.
Absolutely. Robert Johnson with only his 10th carry of the ball game, good for 5. That puts him over 30 yards now on the day. And, a little bit more of everything out of the offense, I think I would say, Matt. Wide receiver Chris Lee, number 88 for the Lycans. 9 receptions, 119 yards, and a touchdown last week. In the first half of this game, 1 catch, 4 yards. Ball is handed off to Johnson once again. He only is able to gain a couple on that one. Sets up a 3rd down and 2, and LA definitely does not want to go 3 and out to get things started here.
And LA's defense has to do better too, though. I mean, if you score on every drive and you let the other team score every drive, you're still going to lose. So defense has to stop up and get another turnover from Cochran or 2 to try to swing this back a little bit.
Johnson takes the handoff, trying to get around the outside. He does. Gets the first down up to the 35-yard line, and they needed that big time, Matt.
Yeah, weaving his big body left and right, got past the first down marker, and again, that's kind of been LA's thing. A lot of 3rd downs. They've converted a decent percentage, but you'd love to see, getting that first down on 2nd down instead, not leaving it all up to the one final play.
Richardson throws.
Oh, no.
It looked like miscommunication with his receiver. Broken play there. So that'll be a 2nd down and 10.
I've been bumped off his route a little bit. But, yeah, that's not what you need.
2nd and 10 from 35 yards.
So 3 wide receivers on 2nd down. Short pass over the middle is caught. That one good for a gain of 4. We'll set up a 3rd down and 3. Hauled in by Jack Flash.
3rd and 4. You got to be thinking short pass. I mean, if LA can score a touchdown, it's a 2-possession game. Lots of time left. So just move the ball down at your normal speed and try to get 7 on the board.
5 of 9 on 3rd down. Richardson trying to convert once again and cannot. Pass is incomplete. Ryan Tobin, the outside linebacker, getting in the way of that pass, and the drive will come to an end. LA not able to get points on the board, and they'll have to punt it back to the red-hot Florida Storm.
Man, all Florida needs to do is just run their offense. Choose up clock, it's efficient. It's all up to the LA defense to make something happen.
Absolutely, Matt. Florida with 5 offensive possessions in the first half, and they scored on all of them except for 1. The only one they could not score on, they threw a pick, and that really didn't matter because on the ensuing possession by Los Angeles, they threw a pick, and then they were able to move it down the field 3 plays, 32 yards, and at least got a field goal out of it. Totally lopsided team comparison, still just as the scoreboard, totally lopsided. So Ron Cochran back out onto the field to get the second half started. He's going to get Bullet Boletsky back involved. 17 of 20 in the first half, Matt, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick, a quarterback rating of 130.4. And adding on to it here, a lot of his passing yards, Matt, were to Charlie Boletsky, now with 61 yards through the receiving game.
Yeah, well, if they're going to leave the flats that open, just keep throwing it there. You're going to get 7, 8 yards. Blutsky could spin and get some more. And again, clock is your friend, so take your time.
Absolutely. 7 in the box for the Lycans. Cochran's going to hand this one off to Boletsky. Boletsky's going to take advantage with a blocker out front all the way up to midfield. And he's tackled after a big gain, 1st and 10 in LA territory.
Boletsky just a little too fast, Mike. If you'd slowed down and let us O-lineman get that last block right here, he could have been gone, but not quite.
That's actually J.W. Doyle, fellow running back,
Doyle,
fullback.
yeah.
Doyle just not able to quite get there. In the foot race of the halfback versus the fullback, Matt, the halfback outran him. Three wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back in the formation as Cochran is under center. He'll swing this one back out to Boletsky again, and Boletsky's able to get first downs on back-to-back plays. Boletsky now with 77 receiving yards through the air. And you see the leading receiver for the Lycans, Davius Reed, and he's not even close. Stephen Bush still without a reception in this one, Matt, and he was the receiver who just put the punishment the most to the Lycans the last time they met. Bush had over 120 yards, 12 catches and a touchdown, and just nothing in this one.
Yeah, I saw Greg McDonald out there doing his thing. So, yeah, it all helps in this, screen game.
Boletsky takes the handoff, tries to break through, and is able to still surge forward for 4 yards.
That's the thing. He looked contained, but then he got 4 yards, and it's like, you got to throw your hands up. You got to smash that guy a little harder. I know it's not very nice, but we're playing football here. Tackle football, not two-hand touch.
6 foot, 210-pound Boletsky able to power through for a gain of 4. Cochran back to throw, goes over the middle. That one's taken away. The second pick. Cochran is thrown in this one, and that's just what LA needed, Matt. They picked him off 3 times the last time they met, and 2 times so far in this one. They needed that to
what
try
a
to get
grab
back
by
into this
Yosef. Just looks like Gumby out there, just twisting his body, jumped up, grabbed it, and that's exactly what LA needed. But the offense has got to score for the love of all that is holy.
Yep, Ryan Yosef and Gumby, practically twins, just not quite the same shade of green. Sully Richardson out under center now. Hands the ball off to Rob Johnson. Johnson able to break a couple of tackles and gain 7. And he needed that, Matt. That was his longest run of the day.
Yeah, he just needs some space. Every time he's caught the ball or run the ball, I mean, it's just been defenders in his face.
Now with 45 yards on the ground.
Got to throw here. 4-3 against 3 wide and a tight end.
And they're not going to listen to Coach Wilson. They're going to run it. Stiff arm a defender to the turf and get a first down. Ryan Tobin, the receiver of the stiff arm.
Oh, what do I know? I thought Florida shouldn't have called that timeout with 1 second to go. The Hail Mary, and you know what? I was wrong.
Art Vandelay.
Art Vandelay.
Cochran's like, watch this. All right, Richardson. Back-to-back first down plays for the Lycans. And they're on a drive. Chris Lee getting his second reception of the ball game. Goes from 4 yards to 16 yards receiving now. They're going to need to continue to lean on Lee and have him continue to help get this team down the field. Only 3 points in the first half, Matt. They're going to need to pile some more on now.
They need to run a fade at the top.
Richardson going down to the bottom and take it away. Oh, no, it's dropped. Oh, wow, right into the hands of Evan Carroll.
And then he's hitting the coach on the sidelines. That's a flag. Come on.
Wow, he dropped it, Matt.
Yeah, he's flapping his arms out of frustration or something. I don't know.
Roddy chopping the coach. 2nd down and 10. Trips to the top of the formation. Richardson, deep drop. Steps up in the pocket and brought down. Is that who I think it is, Matt? That is big, sexy Alex Dominguez with his 200th career sack. Congratulations to Alex Dominguez on that one.
Mr. Stay Puft strikes again. Oof.
My goodness, 200 times he's brought down quarterbacks, about 100 of which have been Matt Wilson, having all 315 pounds of Dominguez landing on him.
Yeah,
Third down and 18.
I don't think he likes my nickname.
Probably not. Richardson going for the first down. Instead, it gets taken away. And it wasn't dropped that time. Adrian Blaine with the pick. The rookie first rounder getting the interception from Sully Richardson.
Yeah, just plucked that right out of the sky. It looked like a receiver. And again, that's the second time like LA's got the ball and had a chance for a drive and turned the ball right back.
Yeah, Adrian Blaine, her first career interceptions, picked 23rd overall in this past offseason's draft from the Madison Lynx. And the defense fired up now for the Lycans. They're mad that they could not get some points on that one and tackle Boletsky for a loss of 4.
They could use a pick 6. That would help. One step at a time.
Second down and 14. Cochran fires. Tipped and almost taken away. Wow. Rochelle Colston was running up on that ball, Matt. She wanted to grab that one out of the air and take it back for 6. But it falls to the turf. Danny Stinson with the deflection.
Stinson played great coverage. Just gets his forearm in the way. And yeah, so close to Colston. Just maybe try to dig that ball out of the ground maybe, but just dive, Rochelle. Oh.
So third down and 14 now for Florida. See what they can do. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Cochran in the gun. Boletsky to his right. 3 down on the line for the Lycans. Cochran over the middle. Complete, but will fall short of the line to gain. 4th down and 4. The quarterback comparison, Matt, my goodness. Cochran with 3 touchdown passes. Richardson with none. Both quarterbacks with 2 picks. The yards completely lopsided in Cochran's favor.
Same with the touchdowns. Cochran has infinitely more touchdowns at this point than Richardson.
Indeed. Our first Marcus Agrippa sighting of the ball game.
Looks like he's going corner.
He punts this one away. Will be taken back just outside the 10 and brought up to about the 15-yard line. That is where LA will get their second shot here in the second half. Excuse me, their third possession. Their first, they had to punt away. Their second, they threw the pick. So we'll see if they can get some points on this one. So far, no points here in the second half. 3:18 to go in quarter number 3. We'll hand the ball off to Johnson. Johnson with some momentum, and he gets a first down. Punishing run up to the 28-yard line.
A great run by Johnson, one of his best of the day. But it's starting to get late now for the running game. Unless you can bust out, a 50-yard gain. Oof. Down he goes. Andrew Francis, I think, bit the dust on that one, but need to show a little bit more urgency to the Lycans.
3 in the backfield for LA. Richardson hands the ball off to Johnson. Johnson off tackle to the right. Tries to break the first tackle and cannot drag down. But a nice gain of 5 will set up a second down and 5 for the Lycans.
If I'm Florida, I'm loving this because the clock is just kind of
LA's helping burn
away.
the clock.
It's like LA thinks they're ahead.
Oof, get that rating off the screen. Johnson met at the line and dropped. No gain on the play. Be a 3rd down and 5. I wasn't even sure he got back to the line, Matt, but they will say that he did.
Key 3rd down here.
Richardson in the gun, 4 wide receiver set. Takes the snap, pressure coming, gets, up to the top, sliding down to the ground, and that one's going to be complete for a gain of 4. We'll set up a 4th down and 2. LZ Pryor with the catch, but lost his footing, I think, Matt.
Yeah, extended. Now this punt, I'd be tempted to go for it at this point in the game. I know it's real bad field position, but it's only 3 touchdowns, but man, it's getting late.
Lindy punts this one away, and it is caught and returned up to the 25-yard line. You can visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. You can get the gear that the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Cochran in the gun on 1st down and 10. Hands the ball off to Boletsky, and Boletsky met after only a gain of 1. Brought down on the play at the 26-yard line, 77 yards on the day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been effective in both the rushing and the passing game. And again, clock's on Florida side. They just don't throw a pick, and you're in good shape. Even if they just run.
And then have to
punt.
There we go. Another big run for Boletsky. Gets this one up to the 34-yard line. That puts him over 80 yards on the ground, Matt. He's also got 76 yards receiving for over 150 all-purpose yards, assuming that my broadcaster math is correct.
Well, we all know that's suspect.
You never know with the maths. Offset I formation on 3rd down. Boletsky takes the handoff and gets the 1st down, but barely. As the final seconds will tick away, he'll do a little shimmy, or whatever you want to call that move, and that'll be how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. So Florida in possession of the football and in control of this one, 24-3 over the hometown LA Lycans. You are watching the Simulation Football League Saturday Showcase, presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. We'll be back for quarter number 4 after this. And welcome back to Los Angeles for the start of quarter number 4. 3 quarters in the books, 11 minutes reigns here in Los Angeles. Molesky takes the handoff and goes for a loss. Matt, the Vancouver Legion are in Charleston, and we'll send it back to SFL Studios. They've got a game break for us.
Thanks, Mike. Hey, St. Green, what do you do when you don't have your star running back? You give it to the fullback.
Yeah, Cam Sawyer-Stern came up short on the goal line in the first half, but not this time to start the third quarter with a 1-yard dive right there. Puts Vancouver up 13-10 in the third.
Back to Mike and Matt in L.A.
Thanks, Cam. Cochran going over the middle, and that one is complete all the way down to midfield, connecting with Veridin Zarkov. Good for a first down.
Yeah, just Cochran, lots of time in the pocket. Nice jumping grab by Zarkov, and the drive will continue.
Absolutely, Matt. So 24 points scored by Florida in the first half, only 3 by Los Angeles. Nobody scoring any points in the third quarter. We'll see if we can see some points here in quarter 4. And that's going to be tipped and picked off. There's pick number 3. And going back the other way, all the way up to the 42-yard line. Great interception by Ryan Yosef, his second of the ballgame.
Yeah, I saw Cochran going to the middle of the field. I go, well, there's a shot. And he just walked right in front of that ball, picked it off. And then I'm like, well, might have a good chance on a return, actually tackled by Cochran himself. And I don't know. I just think I was hoping for pick 6 if you're an LA fan, because their offense has done almost nothing.
No.
It's tough.
I mean, you can see Robert Johnson's stats, on the screen for a moment right there. Just has not been able to get much production out of him quite yet, and now it's going to be up to Sully Richardson and the passing attack. And that one's marked as a fumble, but recovered by the offensive lineman. Bob Dunham falling on that ball. I thought that was a forward pass, but they're going to rule that a loss of 5. Not quite sure that's worth challenging, but now the clock continues to roll, and they're going to challenge it anyway. I mean, it is a loss of 5. I guess 2nd and 10 is better than 2nd and 15.
Just don't want to lose the timeout.
Right.
I mean, it's 21-point game, but I mean, it could come in handy. Let's see. I think it was his arm was clearly, his arm's moving forward to me.
I would say. I could understand the challenge for sure if they had lost possession, and they do indeed win the challenge. So the ruling on the field is overturned. It will be 2nd down and 10. And the clock should stop now. Let's assume they would put the time back on the clock as well. That had ticked away. So 2nd down and 10 now. Yeah, they put the time back on the clock. So 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the ball game. 4 receivers set for LA. They're going to hand the ball off to Johnson. Johnson's able to break through 1 tackle, cannot break through the next 5 defenders, who all bring him down at the 49-yard line. Sets up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, and again, that's the kind of thing we'd like to see earlier in the game. Now, again, you're doing Florida's work for them. You're running the ball, running the clock. It wasn't a gain of 20. It was a gain of 7. So Johnson's going to have to take his chances. He's thrown a lot of picks, but what else can you do?
That's wrapped up for a tackle for a loss, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 4. Rhett Sawyer, the defensive tackle, with the TFL, and they will send the punt unit on once again. Lindy, a busy man here for Los Angeles in this one. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect track for your projects, you can visit apmmusic.com.
Man. So the LA defense, is kind of played better than their last game. It's just they can't any points on the board, not even one field goal. It's just boggles the mind.
Right. I mean, we saw them get absolutely gashed in their previous game versus San Diego. multiple times. And this one, that could have been picked off right there too. I think that bounced off of Rochelle Colston's knee or something. But Cochran with an overthrow there. They've got 3 takeaways. They're doing what they need to do to keep their team in it, but the offense is just not able to get really anything going for LA, and Florida in possession of the football. Cochran swings it out to Boletsky for what seems like the 100th time. Only gains 3 yards on that one, sets up a 3rd down and 7. And, Matt, like you said, the Lycans defense doing their thing, 3rd and long.
And that was one of the better defenses of that swing pass to Boletsky all game long. And now another key 3rd down. They can pick off Cochran or force a punt. The Lycans still have a little bit of a chance.
Florida 4-6 on 3rd down. Can they convert? Number 7. They
Oh!
cannot.
Oh!
Swatted down once again, Matt. Danny Stinson getting his hands on the ball.
I'm telling you, the defense of the Lycans is playing. Both defenses are playing lights out in the second half. It's just no one can break the seal. No one can score. It's a game frozen in time, like when Florida was in Alaska.
When we hit halftime, the scoring decided to go home, I guess.
Don't they know we have to announce something?
We got to have something to talk about, and punts is not it. So that is all that there is to speak of right now, Matt. Sully Richardson, 14-26, only 94 yards. We're in the 4th quarter, and he has not hit the 100-yard passing mark yet. Averaging 3.6 yards per attempt. I mean, that is very, very low.
Yeah, it's just not enough. 3.6, that's a bad average for a running back.
Yeah, Matt throwing shade. But you're right.
I'm just being honest.
You are. That is great analysis. And they're going to stick to the run game, Matt. Rob Johnson able to gain 1 on that one, and I'm not sure I understand the play calling at this stage.
No. I mean, if they were going to wait till the 6-minute mark, I'd go hurry up now, spread the receivers out, try to find something open, get a couple of 15-yard chunks. I don't know if this is going to be deep enough, but let's see.
Adrian Blaine, you saw there, the rookie free safety with a pick in this one, and that pass to Chris Lee, his 3rd reception of the day, and that one's good for a 1st down. Chris Lee with 28 yards now on the day, Matt.
Yeah, and they need
more.
Bigger plays. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah. Richardson, short drop up top, and that one is complete and out of bounds. I think they got that back to Chris Lee once again. Gained 6 this time and stops the clock. Now with over 100 yards passing.
Again, great, early in the game plays, but they need the gun. They need to send someone on a deep corner, deep post, deep something.
Right now they're going to go for a deep run, and that one is pretty good by Robert Johnson as he gets it up inside the Florida 40. That'll move the chains, but also keep the clock rolling.
Yeah, I thought Johnson was going to go for more, Mike, and then he gets sideswiped. Boom, right there.
Yeah, punishing hit.
Yes. And the clock keeps running, and again, advantage Florida. Especially when you're not moving very fast.
Yeah. First down and 10 as we approach the 6-minute mark. Richardson, another pass, out route up top to Chris Lee. That one good for another 6. 2nd down and 4. And, I like the out route, Matt. It's a good idea to work the sidelines, save your timeouts. You're most likely going to need them. But some deeper outs, perhaps.
Yeah, they say you gotta go deep in your bag of tricks. And I don't know if the 3-back set is what you're looking for.
And the 3-back set is what we have. We're going to hand that one off to Johnson. Johnson squirts through the line and gets up to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 1. Let's see if they can convert this one, Matt. At this point, they need to get into the end zone in a hurry.
They need to convert the first down first. Although I think you're in 4-down territory anyways, so I don't know. And I think they're just gonna go for the first down, but tick 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 goes the clock.
Oh, and they're gonna get a free play as Florida jumped off sides. They got the first down anyway, gaining about what the penalty yardage would end up being. So it should be a 1st down and 10 from about the 24, 25-yard line. Either way. And they call that one on Deontay Stoneville, and the penalty is accepted. So the rushing yards won't count.
Stops the clock. It's the only
There you
real
go. That's
benefit there.
That's probably why they did accept it. Otherwise, it was, same gain in yards either way. But the clock's still rolling, Matt.
Oh my gosh.
Richardson, short pass over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Falls to the turf. 2nd down and 10. Trying to hit his tight end, Jack Flash.
What's up with the 3-back sets, Mike? I know I said they had to be a little more conservative, but I think they went completely the other direction, at least as far as this half is gone.
2nd and 10.
Again, I mean, deep outs would be nice. Post corners would be nice. Okay, again, Florida is playing press man, so just send someone to the end zone.
Richardson looks downfield, fires over the middle, one-handed jumping catch, and they will go into the hurry-up inside 5 minutes to go. Terrence Wary with the catch, 2nd of the ball game. Richardson fires over the middle again, and it's right into the hands of a waiting Storm defender. That is Ryan Davidson with the pick. It's his first of the ball game.
Ran the route better than the receiver did.
Jumped right in front of that one, Matt. 3 picks now thrown by Richardson, putting an end to another drive. And Ron Cochran back out onto the field for the Storm.
All they really got to do is just hand the ball off. That's what I would do.
And a little pitch to Boletsky goes for no gain on the play. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, February 12th. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time as foes Louisiana and Atlanta clash in a fight for the always crowded at the top East Division. Then Mexico City will face Baltimore out of vengeance for the Vultures scoring 10 points in the final 2 minutes of last season's semifinal en route to their 2nd title. Will the Aztecs be able to halt the Vultures' recent reign of dominance? You can visit NLSE.com to find Next Level Sports in your area. The LA defense continuing to do the best they possibly can, Matt. They have held the Florida Storm completely scoreless here in the second half. 3rd down and 11 coming up.
Unfortunately, the Florida defense has done the exact same thing.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Both defenses have been pretty stifling. Obviously, Florida able to still get 3 touchdowns on the day and a field goal all in the first half. They stepped up big in the second half, but we saw this last week. Florida's defense was just dominating against Carolina, and they're dominating once again today. Play action, going for that first down. That one's picked. 4th pick thrown by Cochran. Rochelle Colston going the other way and sets the LA Lycans up with a first down and 10 inside the red zone.
There's the old riverboat Ron I used to know back seasons ago. He's just throwing it up for grabs, and Colston, it was just short.
Yeah.
I mean, how well can a defense play, Mike, in a half? Their offense gives, they've given the defense nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how often can you say that a defense has gotten 4 takeaways and their team has 3 points? I mean, you talk about the importance of points off turnovers, and LA just unable to capitalize so far in this one. Can they do it here? That pass out of bounds down at the bottom. Reed got the catch, but already in the white paint. 2nd down and 10.
So
the exasperated sigh of Matt Wilson.
They're just
7 interceptions, Matt, combined between
there
the
must
two
be a way for Sully Richardson to throw a ball into the end zone and not get picked.
Well, they're 16 yards away. It's second down. Let's see if they can do it here. Richardson. Short drop. Fires up top to Johnson. Johnson with room to run, lowers his shoulder. Gets the first down and out of bounds at the 3. First down and goal. It's the closest they've been yet to the end zone.
Oh, my goodness. Maybe the answer, Mike, isn't to throw it into the end zone. It's to run it into the end zone, but we'll have to see. Let's get Johnson on a little flare to the outside. Just let him run it in.
We'll see what they decide to come out with here. Is just 3 receivers to the right side of the formation, 1 to the left. Richardson under center and Johnson in the backfield.
Yeah, look, just quick out to the bottom.
Throw over the middle, and that one's caught. Touchdown, LA. They finally get points on the board as we are all the way down inside the 5-minute mark, actually down inside the 3-minute mark here in this.
Oh, my goodness. That couldn't have been any tighter.
And a triple coverage. My goodness.
Yes. So now it's a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. I mean, it's felt like it's been all Florida, but again, the defense doing everything in their power to keep their team in this one. They still have all 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. You're only down 2 scores. Another takeaway. I mean, Cochran's thrown 4 picks. Another takeaway, and they could still have a shot at this one, as crazy as it could possibly seem. You know, for anybody that watched the Fort Worth Queen City game earlier on today, crazier stuff has happened already. So we're going to try the onside kick. Rob M's getting it teed up.
This is step 1 to the master plan.
Ems kicks it. And it's bobbled and recovered by the Lycans. LA got the ball back, Matt.
Oh, well, it's a new ball game, Mike, with 3 minutes to go.
It's a new ball game if LA can make something out of this.
I mean, whoop. Look at that ball. Flip sliding through.
All right, well, can LA do it? We'll find out after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League Saturday Showcase presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Stay with us. And welcome back to Los Angeles. The Lycans recovering the onside kick. New life breathed into them. Can they capitalize on it and not on that passes? It is incomplete. And Matt, that's Probably not even the worst thing to have that drop by Davius Reed, keeping the clock at 3:06.
Yeah, no, that pass wasn't going for many yards. LA remove the 3-back set, get all the receivers out there, everyone, batten down the hatches and try to get some big gain. Try to score before the 2 minutes. That would be optimal. They have all their timeouts, even if they fail on onside, if they could stop Florida.
Richardson going deep over the middle. Oh, it's caught. What a jump by Jumpin' Jack Flash. He got the catch down at the 33-yard line, and they're on the move.
Jump, Jack, jump. Never let go.
Richardson up top. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, Matt, that one even got an oh, no out of me.
I was almost ready to sing the Titanic song after that was a pick.
Dear Lord. 2nd down and 10. That was scary.
2nd and 10.
47 seconds left before the 2-minute warning. I think that, to me, that's the danger zone right there. That's what LA's got to be shooting for. Try to get 15 yards here and then try to take a shot or two at the end zone before the 2-minute warning pops up. We'll see if they're able to get that far.
Richardson
over
the middle. That one, once again, dropped by Davius Reed. Well defended by the Storm. Broke that pass up.
Yeah,
Davidson in on the coverage. 3rd down and 10. It's obviously 4th down territory.
Yeah, Richardson didn't lead that ball enough, and might have been a little collision there between Reed and the corner. So here we go. All right, here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. 4 wide and the halfback. What's going to happen?
Chris Lee lined up.
Going deep.
Barrel up
Going
top.
deep.
Going down to the bottom, picked off, and that'll probably bring the comeback hopes to an end. Ryan Davidson getting his 2nd pick of the ball game. That is now 4 interceptions for both quarterbacks. And now the Lycan defense is going to be asked to step up once again, see if they can get another takeaway from Ron Cochran. Rochelle Colston had a pick on the last drive, Matt, and got him down inside the red zone, nearly took it to the house. So will they continue to throw? Let's see what happens here. Valetsky's going to take this handoff. Oh, plenty of blockers out in front of him, and he's off to the races, passing the 30, all the way up to the 41-yard line. And that was definitely a huge play for Florida.
Yeah, Valetsky put the final bullet, perhaps, in LA's comeback chances with that run. Look at the blocking by Florida. Valetsky almost pulls away. 1st down, more time off the clock. We're going to hit the 2-minute warning here. I don't assume Florida's going to snap the ball, and then it's just going to be run, run, run. Can you stop Valetsky? If not, punt, and then it's a real uphill battle.
Danny Stinson with the tackle on that one, the leading tackler for the linebacker core of the Lycans. They do snap the ball. Cochran fires over the middle into coverage, tipped and incomplete. 2 minutes to go in this one. We'll be back after a short break and see how this one wraps up. You are watching the Simulation Football League Saturday Showcase presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. And welcome back to Los Angeles, where Florida's got the ball once again, nearly throwing an interception on the last pass. We'll see if they stick to the ground game now inside 2 minutes and run this one out and get out of here with a win. Cochran is going to hand that ball off to Boletsky. Boletsky tackled behind the line. Matt, we got a close one in Charleston. We'll send it back to SFL Studios. Cameron Irvine's got an update for us. Cam?
Thanks, Mike. Say, what a play by Tom Pepper here, down 10.
Yeah, Cam, great play by Tom Pepper. Ducking the pass rush, finds Kendra Hall in the corner of the end zone. Vancouver is trying to remain undefeated on the season, brings it to 23-20 late in the fourth.
They did not recover the onside kick, but there's still 2 minutes and change left. We'll go there if time allows. Back to Los Angeles with Mike and Matt.
Thank you, Cam. Second timeout called by LA. Another first down catch by Justice Blackwell. This will probably bring this one to an end. I would assume so. Coming up on the APM Music postgame update, if time allows, we'll send you to South Carolina for bonus coverage of the Vancouver Legion Charleston Predators game. Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green will break down this afternoon's action and preview what's next here on Next Level Sports coverage of the SFL. It's all coming up on the postgame update. And Ron Cochran out in victory formation, Matt, as LA will burn their final timeout. And a minute 48 to go. They can't quite bleed the entire clock away.
Yeah.
They won't be able to bleed the whole clock away. I don't know if that's why Cochran just threw his arms up and frustration or whatever that. I'm not sure what he was doing there. But yeah, they're going to kneel this one down a couple more times and at least burn most of the clock.
He was trying to raise the roof.
Is that what that was?
Wrong stadium, Ron. Guess he's got a few friends and family on the sidelines.
Yeah, so they'll kneel that one away. Is a minute and 40 and counting in this one. So both quarterbacks with 4 picks apiece, Matt. It's just been the defenses that have been the difference. The LA defense has held Florida scoreless in the second half, but the offense just not able to capitalize off what their defense was able to do. 24-10 will likely be the final. We'll see one more shot from the LA offense.
I mean, can you imagine if LA scored one touchdown off one of those turnovers? Hey, holy Toledo's. Hey, easy, guys, easy. No Shianoing. Temper's flaring a little bit, I guess, in this one, but... So we're going to see a punt. This time by Agrippa, I'm sure of it. Be a little time left. Punt return touchdown, Mike. Onside kick recovered, and then Hail Mary touchdown for the tie.
Well, we saw a Hail Mary to end the first half from Florida, so why not? Marcus Agrippa standing back at his 34-yard line. And the punt is away. They'll get the ball back with about 20 seconds to spare. Nope. And it's going to bounce into the end zone. So touchback, 80 yards to the end zone. And then an onside kick try. That's what they need to do. So they're going to have to start throwing it deep. Any turnovers will end the game. We'll find out what they can do here. Sully Richardson, 21 of 40, 163 yards. On the plus side of 50 with completion percentage. 1 touchdown, 4 picks. Leading receiver so far, Davius Reed, 57 yards receiving. Richardson steps up, chucks it behind the line of scrimmage. Johnson's going to lose 2. They'll hurry back to the line, and now the time is just going to tick away. And a sidearm throw over the middle. That's complete. They can't stop the clock. Matt, that's going to do it in this one. 24-10, the final score for Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, Justin Reside, Cameron Irvine. I'm Mike Daggs. Thanks for joining us. We're going to send it over to Charleston, Vancouver, and Charleston in a close one. Ramos Lynn, Aaron Alexander, take it away.
Route in, cutting through the coverage of the defense, and Vancouver finds himself with a first down up field.
2 backs in the backfield and 3 wide receiver set here for the Legion offense. Hall, pass is going to be Sergeant Stern. Can he get out of bounds? No, he cannot. There's going to be a pickup of 6 yards, though. Not a bad play, as Vancouver will go in the no huddle. Pepper is going to be under center. Pepper to throw the pass. It's going to be Kendra Hall on one hand grab to the 36-yard line, right there on the fringes of field goal range. And to our audience here in Next Level, you just watched the the Florida Storm win against the Los Angeles Lycans 24-10, and you're coming into an exciting finish as the Charleston Predators are clinging into a lead 23-20 over the Vancouver Legion. Vancouver is driving. Pepper to throw deep. The pass is caught again. That's James Walters with a first down to the 14.
Yeah, speaking of Kendra Hall with that acrobatic one-handed catch, Kendra Hall is inhuman.
Yes, she is. And the pass is almost intercepted by Jack Brown. That's the second time that the Charleston defense hasn't been able to come away with a rather easy interception, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. If I'm Vancouver here, Aaron, I understand Robert Redford is not in the game. I'm running the ball at least once.
Give it to Sawyer Stern.
Give it to Sawyer Stern. I agree. You don't want to, turn the ball over and you want to take this clock down. Not give Charleston time. This pass is going to be incomplete, and as again those dueling routes, Aaron, the receivers clashed, and it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, odd that you see, Chris Curtis and Brett Killian bump into each other on those crossing routes. Unfortunately, that's what happened on that one. Tom Pepper tried to lead Killian on the pass. Unfortunately, Killian just wasn't in position to catch that ball. So we're going to see 3rd and 10. They're going to spread it wide.
4 wide receivers and a tight end. This is a very tricky situation to be in, Aaron. If you throw it away, the game is over. Tom Pepper throws it underneath, and the pass is incomplete, almost intercepted again. And Jack Brown with a PD. Good job by Jack Brown, though. I mean, only with one hand trying to knock it away. But Tom Pepper playing with absolute fire. But guess what? Vancouver can tie this one away with a field goal.
But Charleston's going to get the ball back with just about 20 seconds left on the clock with 2 timeouts. We could see either the most exciting regulation finish all season, or we're seeing this game go to overtime.
The kick by chance to win is good, and we are all tied at 23 apiece here in Charleston, South Carolina. But honestly, this is why Vancouver is 3-0, Aaron. I mean, without their star back, on the road, down 10 points with only 5 minutes to go, they just brought it all the way back, and it's a new ballgame.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the past 5 minutes, Kendra Hall caught for over 100 yards.
Oh yeah, she's been terrific all game long and all season long. And this return is going to be by Jay Taylor to the 24-yard line, and as you said, just a little bit over 20 seconds for this Predators offense. Man.
Yeah, as we look at Kendra Hall's stats today, 10 receptions on 14 targets for 174 yards and a touchdown. The 44-yard long, good for 17.4 yards a grab. Monstrous.
Just absolutely brilliant, as this is going to be 4 wide receiver set. And Drew will throw it. He's going to be caught. Buchanan Simons goes to the 40-yard line. Charleston will call their timeout. Good job on time management there by the Predators coaching staff. And Charleston, I mean, they didn't go for a field goal, Aaron, at the 35. So you will think they will have to get probably to the 30, 32-ish.
Yeah,
maybe.
If the drive stalls on Vancouver's 35, though, at this point in the game, they may take a chance with Brad.
Yeah, you're very right. I would agree with that. But just to be on the safe side, I think the Predators need about 30 yards still to just be on the safe side. TD Drew will throw. Drew passes inside. It's caught. Maccaro this time catches it. It's going to be a 9-yard pickup, and they're choosing not
They got to spike it.
Call the timeout. Yeah, they're going to spike it. Can they spike it on time? No, they're going to they're going to call a timeout. So that time, not great clock management. I think Petey Drew thought they could get to the line of scrimmage and spike it before the 3 seconds. But they have a chance for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the right call here. But with with 3 seconds left, oh man, I don't know. A part of me wants to say just put it to the... Give Brechet a chance on a 60-plus yarder, but, I think the Hail Mary is the right call.
I think, because the Hail Mary, it's not a 50-50. It's more like a, 20-80 against you. But I think it's a chance, and nope, no chance at all as Dean Maddox and Achilles Papatonis make the sack. And we're headed to overtime as the Charleston Predators and the Vancouver Legion are tied at 23 apiece. Don't go anywhere and put your fives up, everybody. Second straight week for me with an overtime game. Last week it was the Sioux Falls-Denver game, as Vancouver will call this one. It is tails, and the Legion will receive to start overtime. Sudden death, people. First team to score wins. And we have no ties in the SFL.
Vancouver definitely with the advantage with the win in that coin toss. And especially as we saw on that last drive, they're more than capable of putting themselves in scoring range in a hurry.
First chance is going to be by Chris Curtis. He's going to bring it back from inside the end zone, and Curtis is past the 20-yard line, but just to the 22. Again, great job by the Charleston Special Teams unit making the stop as we take a look at Tom Pepper's updated numbers.
Yeah, 338 yards on 26 completions, 36 attempts so far this game. He does have the one touchdown pass, a QBR of 110. Both him and TD Drew pretty much the exact same as far as QBR goes. It really is, as far as a lot of their stats go, it's pretty much the same completions and the same attempts. It's wild.
The pass is going to be picked off. It's going to be intercepted, and it's going to be returned to the 27-yard line. What a play by the Charleston defense. And they are already in scoring position. Man, last week in the Denver-Sioux Falls game, the overtime started the same exact way. We saw an interception. Denver threw an interception right back. I don't wanna jinx the Charleston offense, man. I'm so sorry. But this is not over yet.
Credit to Jacob Clear, though, swatting that ball away into the hands of Johnny Bravo, who gets that pick, and Charleston now finds themselves just outside of the Vancouver red zone with plenty of time to try and score.
That is very true, as Keith Swearingen will get the handoff, and what a tackle by Josh Farnsey right there. As it was an open field stop, not easy to do, and it's going to be just a pickup of 2 yards. I like what Charleston is doing, Aaron. I will do 2 of those same plays pretty much, just a couple of more handoffs, or even just one and kick it on third down.
Yeah, they don't need to advance the ball any further. They're well within Brad Brechet's field goal range. Getting closer is nice, as they're going to look to do that here with another pass to Swearingen, but he's going to be caught out of bounds.
Yeah, it's almost like a run, so just a safe throw right there to Keith Swearingen is going to be a loss of probably half a yard. Not much of a damage there. Ball is at the 26. And by the way, that was the first interception of the ball game for either team. First turnover we've had.
That's wild. That's absolutely wild.
Considering how much these two teams have thrown the ball, that's absolutely crazy. As TD Drew will throw, TD Drew goes, and the pass is caught for a first down at the 8. And that's going to be number 11, the backup JT Ratzman. I've seen it all.
Yeah, JT Ratzman now, the backup wide receiver, coming in a bit of support, let the stars rest a bit. And that's another catch similar to what we saw Lyric Da Vinci do all game. And now Charleston's going to kick this field goal on 1st and goal from Vancouver's 8. Basically a chip shot for Brad Brechet at this point. Goodness gracious, what an end.
Absolutely, what a play. And man, you hire all those stars, and then the backup makes that play. Brechet's kick is up, and it's good. Charleston wins. And they go to 2-2. Vancouver suffers their first loss of the season.
Words cannot describe this game.
What a game. Charleston takes out Vancouver, and there are now 2 unbeaten teams in the SFL, and they're from the same division. Post-game will wrap us up when the SFL returns after this commercial break. You're watching the SFL, presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Welcome to Sim Football Post Game with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. What a way to end a crazy day of SFL action as Charleston pulls the upset on Vancouver. Mike, you need all your weapons, and Vancouver was down a big one today.
Vancouver, but they did have one of their main weapons, and they lost the game, but I can't help but mention Kendra Hall with another huge game to add to her league leading total as far as receivers go and yardage. And Cam, she would be the first female in the SFL to lead a category. She was able to continue that throughout the season. Early in the season, I said she was a superstar emerging, and she's continuing to show us that week in and week out.
Vancouver would also be the first team to ever have two different receiving leaders at the top of the league. In the last 7 seasons, 7 different teams have had a leader at the top of the receiving leaderboards. It's crazy how diverse that category has been. Brett Killian did it, I think, back in season 12. Kendra could join him as his teammate. But Florida took care of business, although ugly, 24-10, Mike. Kind of a snooze. Wasn't able to pull off the Florida comeback that we saw. But Florida, this is what they do, right, Mike? Ho-hum.
Mm-hmm.
They just go take care of business, get another victory, and go home.
Yeah, typical Florida Storm team that we've seen from for many, many seasons now. You better get this team early. San Diego got the win in week 1, but now, lo and behold, we are a third of the way through the season in Florida. The typical 3-1. And I'll tell you one play that was huge in this game, Cam, that I was just looking at the notes of. That Hail Mary at the end of the half turned out to be very, very big in this game. Because we would have had a 17-10 game after that LZ Pryor touchdown, and LA would have only been down 1 score. But that Hail Mary at the end of the half turned out to be huge. It put Florida up 17, even though they did struggle offensively for the most part in the second half. LA's defense, they played great, but the offense just could never get anything going on a consistent basis. And Florida, they were able to pull it out.
Yeah, good point, Mike. And it did end up being a big score, and LA falls to 1-3. Got a little help from Charleston, though, when it was all said and done. Now, next week on Next Level Sports, Atlanta takes on Louisiana. Great rivalry there. Baltimore, Mexico City. Can't wait for that one. Defending champs back in action. We've got 4 games going on tomorrow on the SFL family of networks, headlined by a divisional rivalry that has never seen the away team lose, or win, rather. 9-0 is the home team. That's Vegas and Sioux Falls tomorrow. But there's 4 games in the nightcap. Mike, what are you most looking forward to tomorrow on our Twitch and YouTube channels?
Oh, that one game you just mentioned, Cam, Sioux Falls at Vegas. Sioux Falls, they really turned things around offensively. They put up a ton of points, even though in an overtime loss to Denver last week. And Vegas, they've been pretty consistent all season long. We've seen Robert Johnson have a great start to the season. So we're looking forward to a high-powered, explosive game tomorrow from both of those teams.
Everyone out there, stay healthy. You don't want COVID. For all of us at the Simulation Football League, presented by APA Music, he's Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and we'll see you next Saturday right here on Next Level Sports. Everybody take care.